Hi everybody, I wanted to give you an update on my Happy Planner. The setup has changed quite a bit since I initially was using it as my family calendar. That worked out really well for about 6 months from January to June in just the regular Happy Planner calendar pages. And really the only reason I stopped using it is because my family situation changed dramatically. I just didn't need it anymore. It ended up being too much space. Now what I am using is this from the Dollar Tree. I was introduced to this by Planning with Kristen. I've already thanked her for it. It's an amazing find. Obviously, I love the dollar price tag, but this is really what sold me on it, was just the nice layout here. As you can see, really colorful, but not too harsh on your eyes. I like the muted, shaded area for the days. Obviously, the ginormous numbers jump out at you. It's very difficult to lose your place on which day of the week that you're on. Even with the combined weekend, that does not bother me. I also like the white space between. It's just a nice rest for your eyes. And then it also has lines. It's probably a little difficult to see, but it has lines for the week. So that's really nice. And then as you saw right here, they have, with their transitions from month to month, they stick with the color scheme. And I like that dramatic difference, notifying you that you are starting a new month. So just very visually pleasing to me. Really love this. I'm going to flip through so you can see that they change out the colors. There are about 6 different colors and they repeat. Here's an example of the monthly, same kind of a thing. They even have lines on the monthly, which is a great touch, and then that white space between. So I really like this. I'm not doing any pretty planning in here like I was in my Happy Planner. However, I am using those basic functional calendar stickers that I prefer. And then as you can see, it's about half the size of the Happy Planner. So it's perfect for my current situation. If you haven't seen, I did cut up my used Happy Planner pages and I made 2 Happy Planner sticker books. I've done a video on this and also a flip through, but that's what these look like. In case you're curious, an 18-month planner like this one will make 2 sticker books, 60 pages on each one, so that's 120 total sticker pages. So I'm really happy with the way everything's turning out. What I wasn't happy with, however, was my actual Happy Planner, because I missed it, and I don't like things going to waste. I know this sounds a little bit cheesy, but the Happy Planner really does make me happy. I love the whole line and all the products. I love the company, what they stand for. The people that are running the company are just amazing. I also had several planner dilemmas going on, which I know you guys can understand. The first one being notes for my YouTube videos. I do research and I'm gather facts, and then of course I have an outline and just the way I want things to flow. I've done that since I started my channel, and I've done that in just different forms, so mainly different sizes of notebooks, also in different planners if they've got note pages in the back. And while that worked out for one particular video, I didn't have everything all in one place and I couldn't remember which notes were in which notebook, etc. So just those kinds of things. And then my second dilemma was my health and fitness. It's probably one of the most frustrating things I have going on right now as far as my planning is concerned. I started off with my Erin Condren this is a vertical, and let me show you an example of how that looked. Obviously there's very busy, a lot going on here. So a lot of planning, a lot of tracking. I also loved her menu planning dashboard bookmark that she has. As you can see, I used it and just did the breakfast, lunch, and dinner color coding. Where it really failed for me, I think, was the notes, because I need to have some journaling, place for some journaling, and also some notes. As you can see, it's very small down here, a little bit over here. I obviously know that you can add things to a spiral, but I didn't really want to have a coil clip for every single week. And I did want my notes on the current week. I also didn't want to have to flip back to the notes section in the back. So really it just ended up not being enough space. Then I also tried to do it in my cousin, which you guys know how much I love the Hobonichi. So here's an example of the week. So really nice weekly layout. Here's an example of the daily pages. So I felt like the cousin was enough room, but ironically enough, I didn't feel like it was structured enough for me, because I do like a little bit of structure. Also, I had the same issue that I couldn't really add pages. I don't like tip-ins or things hanging out of my planners, so that wasn't really an option. I also didn't want to bulk up this planner with all the stickers that I need to use for the planning and the tracking. So I felt like there was enough room for that, as well as some space for journaling down here. I also like to add the Happy Planner stickers because I really love the motivational stickers that they have, and I want to put one of those on each day. But because of the book binding, I didn't want to make this planner really fat. That does not make me happy. And I felt like it was kind of a disservice to this planner because it has such great paper with that Tomo River paper. I feel like you need to use your best products in here, like your nice fountain pens and your best inks. So those were a few reasons why I think that those didn't work. My last issue was my house. I've lived here for about 20 years. Obviously, you can imagine I've got lots of maintenance and projects going on, and we're at that point where we need to start replacing some very expensive things. I've showed you in my Happy Planner where I've tried to do brain dumping, where I just had an idea for each one of the boxes and then I would put a sticker when it was completed. That worked out okay as the initial kind of brainstorming kind of a thing, but it was not organized, and I started feeling really overwhelmed, and essentially nothing was getting done, or not very much was getting done, or not enough. I did try to kind of take these lists and organize them into different notebooks. Again, I had that same issue of I couldn't remember which category and which list was in which notebook or planner. So that didn't really work out as well either. And I feel like with not just with planning, but with any job that you have, whether it's house cleaning or gardening or lifting weights or whatever it is, you have to have the right tool for the right job. And as much as I love these planners and still do, I just didn't feel like they were the right tool for what I needed. But I do feel like the Happy Planner is. Obviously, with the disc, you are able to add pages, take things out, completely add a section or take it out, just like the ring-bound system of a planner. So it's very, very versatile, and I really, really like that. So all of those things I just mentioned, I feel like is finally solved with this Happy Planner. So let me go ahead and show you the setup now. I feel like with my Happy Planner, I needed to have a happy clip. So this is my Oto clip. It's OHTO. I'll link as many things below as people want. So this makes me happy just looking at this. It does serve as a dual purpose, which I'll show you here, in keeping these sticky notes from Target intact because they do not stick very well. This section right here are those sticky notes that I'm trying to use up that aren't very good quality. So this is my seasonal type of section. This probably will rotate out about monthly. This section down here are for my finances, obviously with the purses, and then the green for the color coding. These are those Target sticky notes that I'm also using in my Day Designer as my weekly menu planning. And I'm still using those Avery 1/4 inch dots for checking things off because Target cannot count. There's 7 lines and 8 dots. Then these apple ones obviously are for food. And these arrows, as you can see, I turn them this way and they look like houses to me. I don't know if they look like that to anybody else, but this is what I use for my home section, and purple is also my color for my home. So that worked out perfectly. Let's see if I can get that stuck back on there. And then my very first section of my new setup is obviously the notes section. Happy Planner does have different options, but obviously I had to go with the colorful ones because I love rainbow. I really like these pages. I was kind of surprised by that because I usually stick to like an A5 or 5x8 kind of size. But because I'm talking about my notes for my videos, this works out great because I can see it even with the wider lines, which I normally don't prefer. Yeah, it's just working out super great. So how I have this set up is my current video will be at the front and it will be off in the side when I'm filming. Obviously, this one isn't. So here's my notes for this particular video, but they're just off on the side. Another great feature is that you can just take things in and out. Because sometimes I would do notes for things and it would get to the day that I had it scheduled and I either just wasn't feeling it or I didn't feel prepared enough, and I want my videos in order. So this is how it's been working. This is the current one that the video that I just did right before this one. I am using some Happy Planner binder clips. I don't need any more binder clips, but these really got to me because I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors. And then the sayings on here, which this says, happily grateful today. This one is Dream Big, and then the last one is Good Vibes Only, because who doesn't need that? So I am using pink as my YouTube notes. I don't really like pink. I just have a lot of pink pens that I'm trying to use up. But I also feel like pink is a really great color for the Happy Planner because it's pretty and it's happy and it's feminine. So these are all the videos that I've done recently in the past few weeks. And then when you order any of these or buy any of these, they run anywhere from $5.99 to $9.99. That's in dollars. And then of course use your 40% off coupon. With the note pages that you buy, you do get 40 pages. So all of my extras are in the back, and so they're constantly moving backwards. That just works out well for me. Then I wanted to show you this. This was written with my favorite fountain pen. And I don't know, with all the Happy Planner videos that I've watched throughout all these months and years, how I have missed this, but here we go. Can you see anything on the back? No, you cannot. And that's because the Happy Planner paper is fountain pen friendly, which I'm mind blown over here. I really did not know that, and I'm super happy about that. There is absolutely no shattering. If you see anything right now, it's because I have all of my lights on and you can see through it. But in real life, there is absolutely no shadowing on the back. So kudos to the Happy Planner. It's a surprise just like the Day Designer paper. However, the Day Designer paper does have shadowing, but no bleed through. So it's still fountain pen friendly. It's just not as great as the Happy Planner paper. Obviously, definitely no bleed through as well. So another standing ovation, round of applause for the Happy Planner. Just fantastic. Okay, the next section that I bought is the fitness section. I know that you've seen this before, so I'll flip through it as briefly as I can, but I'll tell you how I'm going to be using this. Obviously, this is undated because it's the insert. And I feel like this is where I am maturing and improving a little bit, because normally in the past I would just run out and immediately just buy the entire fitness planner from Happy Planner. But instead, they have great options like this where you can try things out without investing in the whole planner. So I did obviously just bought the fitness insert. It is for 4 months, as you can see, with the 4 tabs right here. And then I've labeled them for September. I have a lot more things that I need to decide and research before I come up with my final plan. So I'm giving myself a little bit more time to start, which is why I haven't started already. I mean, just the gold foiling for the price, it's just amazing. Anyway, so I'm sure you've seen these, but just beautiful tabs right there. And then here is how the month looks like. I do have it set up, as you can see, just a little bit with just the dots. They do come, because it's undated, they come with stickers, and you do get enough for your 4 months. So the circle smaller ones are for the month, and then the half circle larger ones are for the weeks. And I do want to point this out, that they have this little asterisk sticker, and that's just a nice rest or break between the months, so you know exactly where 1 month starts. But that's really nice, instead of having just the continuous black dots right there, and then here's your months. So that is really nice. I didn't end up using their month stickers because I really like these. These are Stickabilities, which is my Paper Studio brand. I find mine at Hobby Lobby. As you can see, they're very long. They're as long as 2 pages of the Happy Planner. And then also you can see they're $2.49. These go on sale frequently. I would say every other week or so for 50% off. So of course I got mine for $1.25. But look at these. They're just so awesome with the months, the nice colors and the visuals, and they give you an extra sticker for each month to decorate somewhere. So I think that is a huge bargain. In case you're wondering, these are the same stickers that I used in my Hobonichi Weeks in the back notes section. I will fill this more in, and I will give you an update on this. I like to actually use my planners for at least 4 to 6 weeks before I show you that. But I have this sticky note here because I am going to do some color coding, which I'll get to later. And then it goes into the weeks, of course. They have improved this. Last year when they originally came out, they just had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So now they're including snacks, which is great, especially if you're doing like the 6 smaller meals. Really great layout. So all on my monthly is going to go all of my different planning for my wellness. That's in, mind, body, and spirit kind of thing. It's not just fitness and eating for me. And then this is what's actually going to be tracking what I actually did for that week and for that day. Now, this is another great thing. When you get an undated planner, most companies, of course, they give you the monthly and the weeks, but what they usually do is give you 4 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. But wait, this is the 5th page. So Happy Planner gives you 5 weekly pages. Another round of applause for the Happy Planner. I don't know why most other companies don't really get that, but I really like the way they think things through. So obviously February is the only month that only has 4 weeks. All the other months have 4.5 weeks. So you're not going to run out of the weekly pages, which I really, really, really appreciate. Then I also wanted to show you this, which I haven't really noticed before either on these fitness planners, is that the top here of the color is kind of a variegated color. It's probably a little bit more noticeable on here, but as you can see, I like that little feature. So great job with the Happy Planner Fitness insert. Then I bought the home planner. This is the last one that I bought. And it comes with these 4 different sections. So to do meal planning, house cleaning, and budget. Really why I bought this was for the to-do list right here. This little clip is keep calm and carry on because I really like that. And you get 9 pages of the to-do lists, and those change colors too, as you can see. I haven't really filled this out yet because my husband's very busy and I need him. We're going to go through every single thing that we need to do all over our house. So that's why I bought those, like I said. And I haven't really decided. I thought about doing them by room, 1 color per room, but some of my rooms just need a couple things and some things need a whole page, and I don't want to waste the lines here. So I think what I'm leaning towards is just doing kind of like an upstairs list and a downstairs list because we have a basement, and then maybe an outside list. And then I'll have other pages I can do like planning to do because I've always got stuff to do for my planners, that kind of a thing. So I really like that. The meal planner, you get enough pages for your meal planning for 16 weeks, so that's nice. And I like that they give you a lot of space here so you can not just plan, your dinners, you can plan all of you if you're doing the 6-meal thing. Lots of room here. I don't know if necessarily I would like the occasion. That's more of a notes thing for me. So I'll just kind of ignore that. The grocery list, I think it really just depends on your situation, but for me at this point, I'm not going grocery shopping every day, or every week, I should say. Not every day. But most of these sections don't really apply to me. I really need produce and I really need frozen. All of the other ones I don't really use that much, and I don't need the spinny lines. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to use the majority of the weekly for sure, but I think these grocery lists will end up only being maybe 2 to 3 weeks for each. So I'll end up with extra grocery lists, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. Then the third one is house cleaning. You probably can't tell, but that is a purple clip because that's my color. And let me flip through this really quick. The meal planner, it also changes colors. So that's nice. This has 10 colors and then that repeats for the last 6. This one is surprising that it doesn't change colors. I don't know why that is, but it's all just purple. It works out perfectly for me because purple is my house color. And I like the idea of these. I like the trackers, but I do wish that they had left all of these blank because this is a weekly cleaning schedule and you're supposed to track daily. Most of these things I wouldn't do daily. I mean, I don't even know who dusts their furniture daily, even once a week. I mean, maybe when we lived in Arizona, it was a lot more dusty, but anyway, I obviously could white it out, but I don't know if I want white on the gray. Anyway, I'm thinking that one through before I figure out how to use it, but I do like the idea of this and I do want a tracker. And then of course the last section is budget. I just have a green circle there, and It's kind of like with the recollections planners. I think it's all filled out and a lot of people won't like the sections. However, because these lines are white, these will be fine whiting these out. If you've been doing budgeting for a while, you're not going to have all these bills, but that's okay. I do like the idea of the month spread, and you get 6 pages of this. So all of the other ones you get about 4 months of this, and then the budget one you get 6 months. So I wanted to show you the stickers. I just kind of stick back there. This, I'm going to show you this page. This is the one and only page that I kept and did not cut up from the original Happy Planner, and it's just because I love that graphic right there. In the back, I still have my Erin Condren little pocket, and side note, just to let you know, these are not repositionable in any way, shape, or form. They're going to rip off your page. So just to let you know, just in case you're wanting to use those. So I just have, as you can see, have just a bunch of different stickers. I've got some Mrs. Grossman's money stickers, some smiley faces, Dollar Tree popcorns. My spirit animal, if I have to choose one, is going to be the turtle, because I am slow and steady. That's kind of my motto. Slow and steady wins the race. I want to be a jackrabbit and be fast and furious and get stuff done, but I just can't. So I'm going to put one of these on each one of my weeks just to remind me it's okay to be slow and steady because you're going in the right direction. And then I also have the Happy Planner stickers for the exercising and for the food because they're in here. And I have extras of those just because I know I'm going to use way more of those. And then for my pen, I just have right here is the Sakura Souffle, as you can see, in a gray. Just a nice basic color to use. And then for my color coding, I wanted to show you what I was going to use, and that is my liquid Flairs. And as you can see, this is why I want to use them up, because they are not very good. The Flairs in general are a great pen. Everybody loves them. They're nice and consistent. So I thought it would be fun to try these liquid Flairs a few years ago. And I've had nothing but problems with them. The actual tip is fine, but as far as the pens, they break. And so as you can see, you get 8 pens right here. 5 out of the 8 have broken. And the problem with these is that they are liquid ink, obviously, water-based. And so when the lids break, I mean, I'll show you, there's going to be some that just fall off. What happens is they start evaporating because air gets in there. And so I'm trying to just hurry up and use these, hopefully by the end of the year in my Happy Planner, doing color coding before they dry up. The black one, as you can see, the lid just comes off. The black one already dried up before I could really use it. I think I used it once or twice. This is what I'm talking about. These lids break. And I haven't hardly done anything with these. They've just sat in a jar and they've broken. So they're really, really not good quality. Let me show you what the liquid looks like, why they're called liquid Flair. And as you can see, there's little bubbles right there. And this reminds me of a level when you're trying to hang a picture. That just shows you how much ink you have in. And I thought that with this barrel that the entire barrel would be filled up with ink. However, it is not. I held this up to a really strong light, and I can see that the capacity for the ink only goes right here, and then there's a space. So instead of giving you double the ink that you think you're getting, you only get half of it. So yeah, I'm not very impressed with these. I also wanted to show you the samples of them. So here's what they look like. And as you can see, they're just very strange colors to me. The top one, it looks in real life and on this piece of paper that it's brown. However, it's the red one. And you think this red, this is one of my favorite colors. This is going to be a beautiful red. Nope, it is not. It looks brown, and I do not like it at all. Then you've got the pink, the orange, and the green are all lighter colors and fluorescent types of colors. You can see with the green, that's what it looks like when it starts running out. And so those are okay. I mean, fluorescents aren't my favorite, but you know, I can deal with it. The turquoise is really pretty. And then you've got the blue and the purple are really nice, deep colors, and they're really nice. But it's just an odd combination, isn't it? Where you've got these light colors, and then you've got these really bold, dark colors, and then you've got this funky red color. The blue obviously was fine when I used it the once or twice, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't buy these again. I think they're really expensive as well. When I bought mine, they were $20 for an 8-pack, and I think I got them on sale for $12. But I think even for that price, there's still way better pens out there that you can find for that price. So yeah, the Flairs, the liquid Flairs for me at least are another miss. I will not be buying these again, but I am going to be trying to use those up. Anyway, I am happy to have my Happy Planner back. I really am loving the setup, and I will let you know if there's any more changes or how I've been using it. Thanks for watching.